Hello everybody and welcome back to some CraftersMC, the Skyblock server for Bedrock Edition, and it's been a little while. There is a new thing over here with the Bazaar, which has cleaned up the auction house a little bit, and that's one of the things we're going to be investigating today. The other one's to continue our Slayer goals, but without further ado, let's go ahead and head back to the island and show you what I am planning to do today. Whee! Hello guys, and welcome back to the island. As you can see here, I can no longer fly, so we're going to be running around on foot a little bit here. And we are going to be looking at completing our minions today, using the new Bazaar. I'll explain more about the Bazaar in a bit, but as you can see here, our minions have been doing fairly well, with up to chicken level 6, and I think most of these are level 6 as well. Going around, yep, so we've got level 6 on most of our minions, and in our mobs, it's around about the same. So if we were to go quickly clear out the Blaze minion over here, you can see we've got Blaze minion 7, it takes 128 enchanted Blaze now to go ahead and upgrade that. How are we going to speed this up? We already discussed in a previous video about how we can use fuel to speed up these minions, and I think in this ice minion over here, I went ahead and put a hamster wheel, so you should be acting... Yeah, so we've got one hamster wheel here for 22 hours. But the main reason we're going to speed up our minions today is because we've got a lot of money. A lot of money that's just been stacked up over and over and over again, and I'm not really spending it on anything, so instead we're going to use the Bazaar to try to finish off our minions today. Specifically the ones that only require 32 of an enchanted substance, such as our mushroom minion, our chicken minion, ow, ow, not our cactus, not our cactus. And I believe the rest of these actually do require a stack of enchanted things. So we might go ahead and grab a stack of enchanted bits and bobs as well. To continue expanding our minions though, if I quickly head on upstairs in our house, we have a few minions, here we are in this. So we would like some enchanted rabbit's feet, we would like some enchanted, in fact I'm not even certain it is enchanted beetroot, just a lot of beetroot, and then we can start working on all of these minions to maybe get us another minion slot. So let me go ahead and show you the Bazaar and how that works. So here we are guys at Flick, who is our main man for the Bazaar. When we go ahead and speak to him, we can enter the Bazaar and we can see a lot of different products. This was mostly, I believe, to get the auction house a little bit less cluttered, but it allows us to finish off our minions very quickly. Let's start off with beetroot, since beetroot, I believe, is our worst minion. Beetroot here is currently only at rank 4, we've not even collected 5,000 beetroot yet, but to upgrade our beetroot minion, we would need to get a bunch more of this stuff. So for our beetroot to go from 4 to 5, we need a bunch of enchanted beetroot. If I go back to our Bazaar trader here, I will be able to find a bunch of enchanted beetroot that people are selling. Now you can also sell things and put sailed listings on this, which allows you to try to make your own price, but I found the most success with sell instantly and buy instantly, since that is the base market price people are looking for. Now, for us to upgrade that beetroot minion, we needed 3 enchanted beetroot on each corner, so that's 3, 6, 9, 18, plus 6, 24 beetroots. So, we can buy up to this many of them. If I go ahead and type in 24, it might work. In this case, it did. Not everything is like that though. We cannot buy watermelons consistently here, mostly because people have not put up full watermelons onto the market properly, so we would be incapable of buying those. That does mean we would have to go manually get our watermelons, which is why Silk touches on this jungle axe, and I've already done so earlier, but this means that the Bazaar isn't a foolproof idea. It does allow you to also sell a bunch of your excess materials. Not that I would recommend generally doing so unless you have tons and tons of stuff, but it's a good idea to go ahead and do so if you are looking to buy very specific items, such as Blaze Armour, that this gentleman here is wearing, because it does take a little while to get armors like that. I personally don't want to go ahead and buy armors that way. I do like the idea of working up my minions via the hardcore or Iron Man mode, but I don't generally have time to go ahead and do that much on this server anymore, so I am going to go ahead and start spending all of this 15 million on upgrades on my minions. So I will be back in a mo. Hello, person. Oh. No thank you. Thank you, but no thank you. I want to earn these myself. I do need to have a look in chat, see what he's saying. I don't know where he's gone. Okay, goodbye. That was weird. Very nice of him, though. So these should help us upgrade literally every single one of these minions. Besides Birch, I couldn't get Birch, so I might have to manually go do that in the future. But if I went ahead and went into the crafting table now, there we go. We can upgrade Acacia, we can upgrade Carrot, we can upgrade Beetroot, we can upgrade Rabbit, and Sugar, and Spruce. Someone's exploding around me. No more upgrades here at the moment, but I'm going to go ahead now and use the Bazaar to speed things along. As you can see, I'm still in our old diamond gear. And whilst I do have a very well upgraded Blaze minion over here, it does just take a bit too long for me to be interested in staying around. It's kind of soul draining waiting around that long. So I'm going to go ahead and shortcut that and be back in a moment. My skin has disappeared, but apart from that, we've got enough enchanted blaze rods now to be able to create the Blaze Armour in the first place. The one downside to trying to make the Blaze Armour right now is that I am not a high enough level in my Blaze collection. So for me to be able to get there, I'm going to go ahead and spend some time grinding up these next 13,000 pieces of Blaze, which is going to take me quite some time. Okay, so you know what, gang? I think I'm gonna have to change my strategy up a little bit here, because going around and killing these guys one at a time, even when I do get a successful loop, it's not gonna do it for me, I'm afraid. We've been here for a little while now, just spam killing these fire envoys whenever they appear, and I've not got a full inventory yet, and I'm gonna need to fill this inventory several times to be able to actively get what we want out of this. So I'm going to need to find a quicker way of doing this, both killing them and finding something else to keep my interest, because this is not the most riveting of gameplay. So I think I'm going to rearrange my base a little bit. So now that I'm back on the island, we do have a few places in which we can go ahead and place some more Blaze minions to hopefully speed this up. There's a couple more things I would like to do with it. I might even just transform these bits into Blaze minions and my farms over here, since I'm not really using them for too much extra. But after we've got the Blaze minions up and running, we also need to figure out a way to grind up those envoys and other things quicker. One of the things I could do is use Foul Flesh, because it's going to increase my minion speed by 80%, which will hopefully make it so that these Blaze Rods can go ahead and churn out more things. And whilst in the mines, I did see someone summon a Revenant Horror while fighting the Fire Envoys, which means you can, I believe, use Slayer Goals and grind doing that. And I do need to grind up my Slayer Goals anyway. So I think my plan is to go ahead and make some more of these Blaze minions, which I believe needs wooden swords to make, level them up as much as possible, and then feed them these so that I can go ahead and churn out as much productivity as possible. No, they require bows, good to know. Okay guys, so for the time being I've gone ahead and filled up the lower level of these guys with blaze minions at the moment. Hopefully when these guys are here they'll be able to produce more blaze rods, and since I don't need blaze rods to make anything else in the meantime, all of my blaze rod upgrades are going to go straight into these guys. After I clear out my inventory, I'm going to see what that Maddox backphone does. So now that we're back in the mines, I should, hopefully not run into lava, be able to call Maddox? Yes, we can. Okay, cool. So if I went ahead and started quest Zombie Slayer, I know I struggle with 3, let alone 4. So let's go ahead and just do Zombie Slayer 2 for 7,500. It's just combat XP I need, I believe, to do so. It is just combat XP. Fantastic. So this should keep me at least mildly entertained whilst I go ahead and get enough stuff to upgrade those blaze minions and hopefully ramp up my production of blaze rods something severely so that I am able to make that blaze armor soon. Until then, I'll be back again in a mo. After we defeat this revenant, we should, fingers crossed, have enough blaze rods from our minions to go ahead and make that blaze armor finally. No extra fuel here. Alright, we will go ahead and head back to our base and see if we have enough stuff. I'm just going to grind the whole way back because I want to be safe rather than sorry. Okay, fingers crossed that these guys over the last several hours have produced enough. I've been upgrading them slowly but surely. I only need about 1,000 more. Please. Please. I had to sleep between then and last time as well because I'm not psychotic and I did need a break. Please, last minion. Yes! Oh my god. If only barely, but we did get there. Oh, let me go ahead and see. Yep, by about 190. Oh, we have finally got there. Right, let me go ahead and make that blaze armor. I'm also going to drop off my revenant flesh and stuff, and I would love to compare how this looked to before. It might not seem like that much to someone that spends a lot of time on this server, but for me this has been a very, very long time on this server, as I will explain in a mo. But there is all of our extra blaze rods. I've been spending all of the blaze powder to upgrade our minions, which I'm going to go ahead and show off before I make the armor here. I believe they are now all at rank 6, these blaze minions. Yeah, so Blaze Minion 6, and I think this one is also Blaze Minion 6. Yep, and the last one I believe is also Blaze Minion 6 as well. They are awesome. So all of these Blaze Minions, that one's Blaze Minion 7, are going to continue running so that I can go ahead and put some of these enchanted Blaze Rods back into the market for everybody. But let's go ahead and craft our hat, our chest plate, our leggings, and our boots. There is our full blaze armor, guys. It took us quite some time, and the main reason I love this armor is we have better movement speed. So what does this armor do for us over our current diamond? Well, the strength should be able to increase our damage. Damaging mobs nearby us will obviously increase our base damage output as well. And speed is just something I love to bits. As you can see, for each blaze rod we've collected, we get plus 100 maximum damage to monsters, and it does 3% of their max health every single second. So towards bosses, this is going to be particularly good. There is an upgrade for the blaze armor, which is the frozen blaze armor. But if I were to look at the collections, it is in mining collections and ice, I would be looking at a very, very long time before I got that going. I do have a second ice minion, so I might go ahead and replace every single minion, apart from the skeleton and the blaze ones here, with ice minions, and just use the excess currency I get to upgrade the rest of my minions but that's going to take a while, and I wouldn't want to put it into today's video. Now, to get this stuff enchanted, I've got plenty of levels to do so with, so let's go ahead and do that. There we have it, guys, a full set of Titanic Blaze Armour with Protection 5, Growth 5. I also did create a Wand of Healing during the grinding so that I could take on Revenant 3s with some help, and we even killed some Revenant 4s whilst going around with the help of a couple of very kind people on this server. But it has made it clear that my Epic Raider Axe is not going to cut it anymore either. Luckily, we have a bunch of Revenant things that I can use to make a better sword. Oh, hello person. So, for us to go ahead and make a Revenant Falchion, we've got more than enough Revenant flesh. The thing that we would need is some more enchanted diamonds, which we do have quite a lot of, and some enchanted rotten flesh, which we do have some back at home, but for us to grind all of that up would take about the same amount of time as it would to grind out all of the blaze rods again. The bright side though is I do actually have the collections for it this time. So the combat collection for rotten flesh, I think it's at 6. Yes, 6 for the zombie heart, which requires all of this, and we also do have a zombie pet, which is where I spent all of the enchanted flesh on last time. Hope you were worth it, little guy. But we also will need to have our Slayer recipes done, and fortunately for us, we are Slayer level 3 from everything we were doing to get the crystallized heart. The crystallized heart requires lots of enchanted diamonds and one of these zombie hearts. So I'm gonna go buy 4 stacks worth of zombie hearts and 3 stacks worth of enchanted diamonds using our new Bazaar feature once again. Oh no! Only owner and above ranks can use? Okay, I guess I'm waiting a little bit. So I did make one mistake, guys, and that is that the Revenant flesh isn't used for any kind of weapon whatsoever, actually. It is instead used to make these Revenant pieces of armor, which we'll go ahead and get to after we get our enchanted diamond and our string set up properly. But in the meantime, the Bazaar is still not functioning, so I am instead going to go ahead and withdraw about 600,000 gold. In fact, I'll go ahead and get 615,000 out in total, so that we're capable of just buying one of the crystalline hearts. I'm sorry, I know we wanted to craft it and do it all manually this way, but it is just a little bit easier to do it this way. This does bring me on to a point though. I could have simply just skipped all of this with the auction today, as if we go ahead and have a look at the armors in particular, well, if we have a look at the Revenant armor here, first and foremost, it's about 175,000 on bid at the moment, 102,000 on a bid up there, which isn't too bad. Pants down here is 205,000. And these crystalline hearts are going at the moment for buy it now 600,000, buy it now 600,000, 600,000. It's very easy to simply just buy one of these sets of armor. Whereas if I have a look at the Blaze gear, that's 1.5 million, sure, but we could have bought that if we really wanted to. Even the revived hearts we could buy for 2 million, which is simply me spending a couple of days offline. So why didn't I? And it's because I've really wanted to go ahead and build everything manually on this server, including bits like the Frozen Blaze armor, or heaven forbid whatever this Revenant gear is that's going off of the screen. Like, I want to earn that myself. And that takes time on this server. Time that, unfortunately, I've been getting less and less of. I work a full-time job and then some on top of that, which makes it quite difficult all in all for me to be able to consistently upload. because of that, expect Crafters content to be a little bit on the back burner. I'm not stopping Crafters by any means at the mo. It's just that I want to focus on other projects, and it's been a bit of a mental block for me uploading videos when they're not Crafters related at the mo, because I've really wanted to finish this series, and to do so it requires a lot of research and time to get that 15 million, for example. But either way, who are we going to spend our money on? That guy's doing it for 1 gold cheaper. 1 gold cheaper? Is 1 gold cheaper worth it? Oh, that's 50,000 cheaper. Those are all pretty good, actually. And that's a bid war. Okay, well, we can just go ahead and buy this crystalline heart now. Purchase for 550,000. There we go. So, crystalline heart in the bag. We've got our original epic undead sword here, and an undead catalyst that dropped whilst we were grinding. So with that, if we combine it all together, we have got our first Revenant Falchion. Now you might be asking why this weapon in particular is better than the Epic Raider Axe. After all, even though it is epic immediately as its random thing to start with, it has less strength, for example. It has less damage at the moment. The intelligence is nice, sure, but it's not looking like it does much better. The key line is 150% more damage to zombies. I'm going to go head back to the island now and get this thing enchanted. I am going to cut the enchanted footage because we don't want to go ahead and keep playing the same song over and over with every montage. But as soon as that's done, I am going to start a new Slayer quest to practice this new sword. Alright guys, we now finally have this epic Revenant Falchion, which has every possible positive enchant that I have access to, with the exception of Cubism, because I don't think Cubism's going to help with this weapon particularly, and I've also put Smite on it instead of Sharpness, since it's mostly going to be used for just killing zombies, where Smite helps. There's only one more thing I want to do before we head off, and that is to upgrade our Wand of Healing so that we can survive a little bit more damage. And if I have a look at our recipe book here, I do believe this actually requires Revenant Flesh, unlike the thing previously. So yes, it requires a Revenant Viscera, the Wand of Healing, and 12 Dark Oak. Do we have the Dark Oak? Oh yeah, we absolutely have the Dark Oak. Awesome. So once we go to our crafting table here, we should be able to make the Revenant Viscera, and then with the Revenant Viscera, we should be able to make our Wand of Mending. It costs a lot more mana, but it does give us quite a bit more healing as well. And with our sword, which does give us a bunch more intelligence, it should mean that this is up a little bit more frequently. Now that we've got all of this done, let's go ahead and see if we're capable of taking on our first tier 3 solo. Okay guys, moment of truth is fast approaching. Can we take on our first tier 3 legitimately? Here we go. Come on. Please. Oh, it's just such a spam click fest. There we go. He is kind of bullying me into a corner, I won't lie, but I'm not certain he's going to be able to chunk me out quicker than I can get him. Oh, it's going to be close. Let's see. Hopefully that gives us just a little bit more. Yes! There we go. We actually did it. Oh, I can start doing tier 3s on my own. Amazing. Well, guys, thank you so very much for... thank you guys so very much for watching, and if you did like it, go ahead, hit the like button, show your support, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye!